From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate. With weekend talks to solidify a 2-week ceasefire set to begin tomorrow, officials in Iran say more than 3,000 people have been killed in the war with Israel and the United States. A top medical official offered the update, but did not elaborate on the breakdown in civilian versus military casualties. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump is continuing to complain that Iran was doing a, quote, very poor job by not allowing the free flow of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, part of an agreement that led to the current and yet very shaky ceasefire. Back home now, where the Federal Liberals Policy Convention picks up today in Montreal with a fresh sense that the government may be closer to a clear majority. Due on Monday, 3 Liberal candidates will be participating in 3 by-elections, 2 of which are considered strongholds. Former Conservative Marilyn Gladu joined the Liberals earlier this week, representing seat number 171 in the House of Commons. That means if any one of the 3 upcoming contests turns out red, Prime Minister Mark Carney gets his majority. There's some new jobs data due out today, with economists forecasting a bump to the Canadian economy. According to a Reuters poll, they're expecting roughly 15,000 jobs were added last month after shedding more than 100,000 positions over the first 2 months of the year. The poll also calls for the unemployment rate to tick up to 6.8%. The mother of Tumblr Ridge, BC mass shooting victim Maya Gabbala says her daughter is heading to Los Angeles for specialized treatment.
Sia Edmonds says in a Facebook post her 12-year-old daughter is out of intensive care and is seemingly stable. Maya was being treated at BC Children's Hospital in Vancouver for injuries including a gunshot to the head she suffered during the shooting in February. Edmonds previously said Ultimate Fighting Championship president Dana White had offered to pay for Maya to be treated at a, quote, top-tier hospital in California. Edmonds says Maya will undergo an aggressive approach to rehabilitation through privatized healthcare in Los Angeles. Lisa Laporte, The Canadian Press.
And some breaking news for fashionistas out there. Stefano Gabbana is stepping down as Dolce & Gabbana chairman. However, the fashion house says he will continue in a creative role. And finally, Juno-winning producer Hill Corcudes was tapped by FIFA to create a sonic ID representing Toronto for the World Cup. She says that reflecting the diversity of the city alone proved to be a challenge. Corcudes wound up crafting a track combining what she calls the Toronto sound, a moody nocturnal style popularized by The Weeknd and Drake, with influences ranging from Punjabi to Caribbean music. It'll all be incorporated into social media campaigns for the tournament and played during games. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, starting off in the NHL, Adrian Kempe had 2 goals as the Los Angeles Kings moved into a playoff spot with a 4-1 win over the Vancouver Canucks. The Montreal Canadiens, they topped the Tampa Bay Lightning 2-1, a contest that was attended by Prime Minister Mark Carney, whose Liberal Party convention was being held in Montreal. Elsewhere, the New York Islanders beat the Toronto Maple Leafs 5-3. The Ottawa Senators beat the Florida Panthers 5-1. Winnipeg topped St. Louis 3-2, and Colorado got by Calgary 3-1. And finally, in NBA, Brandon Ingram scored a season-high 38 points as the Toronto Raptors rolled to a 128-114 win over the Miami Heat, Toronto closing in on a playoff berth. The victory put the Raptors into a tie for 5th with the idle Atlanta Hawks in the Eastern Conference standings. A win on Friday against the New York Knicks or on Sunday versus the Brooklyn Nets will clinch Toronto's first playoff spot in 4 years. From the Canadian Press, I'm Rob Westgate.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.